This is how you register for courses at McGill University. The first thing you should probably do is go to your program requirements page. Every single program has a page like this. For example, here's the secondary English program page, and here's the mechanical engineering program page. These pages tell you all the requirements, every single course and every single action that you must take in order to get your degree. As you scroll down, you should read the entire page very carefully. There are a lot of special cases and exceptions about courses and credits. This is an example of an exception. As I scroll down this secondary English program here, I see that there are 2 courses that can be taken for 3 credits. However, you cannot take both of these courses for credit, only one. This is why you have to read the pages very carefully. There are 2 very important things to note about registration and your program page. The first important thing to note is that every program page has a freshman program. The freshman program is for people who are in year 0, which means that they have not completed Quebec Cégep. If you live outside of Quebec, either in Canada or in another country, you have to do the freshman program before you can get started on your required courses. The freshman program is pretty much independent from your program. So for example, in this secondary English page, it says that you need 120 credits to pass. However, if you add all the credits up on the page, you realize that with the freshman program included, you're actually doing much more than 120 credits. The 120 credits is for your program only and does not include the freshman program. There's only one more piece of information that I need to cover before you actually start registering for classes. That piece of information is that you register for both terms at the same time. This means if you're registering for fall term, you also register for winter term at the same time. After taking into account those 2 important pieces of information and fully reading your program page, you can begin to register. The first step in registering is going to VSB, the Visual Schedule Builder. Go there and select a term. For example, Fall 2014. Then, select the course. You can do this by going back to your program page, finding a course number, and copying it into the Select Course box in the VSB page. Course number is made up of 4 letters and 3 numbers. For example, CCOM 206. Once you're done, click Add. In this demonstration, I'm going to add quite a few courses to my virtual schedule builder so you can see how the VSB works. Here's an example where I've added 5 courses. After I added all the courses I want to take, I click Generate Schedules. Here, I have 100 different schedules to choose from. As I click through the possible schedules, you'll see that the classes move around and change. For example, I can take one class at 8 AM or move it so I can take it at 2 PM. Sometimes you can take a class in more than one way. If a class is 3 hours long, you may be able to choose to take it in the entire 3-hour block, taking it once a week, or you can split it into 2 1.5-hour blocks, taking it twice a week. This isn't always possible though. Sometimes you're forced to take a class in one type of setting or another. Something important to consider is whether or not a class is full. VSB will still display a class on your schedule despite it being full, so always check the sidebar on the left. You may not notice this right away and scroll down, only to see that you had made a perfect schedule, but one of the classes in your schedule was full. You can still try to get into a full class by being put on a waiting list to see if anyone drops it, but to save yourself some frustration, I recommend just trying not to take full classes and rearranging your schedule in a different way. Remember to make 2 schedules, by the way, one for fall and one for winter. Once you're done making your schedule, you can start registering. You use CRNs to register. At the bottom of the schedule you made on VSB, there are CRNs. These CRNs are unique codes that you can copy into Minerva. I recommend using VSB to build more than one schedule for each term. This way, if something happens and one of your classes gets full in the meantime, you can try a different schedule. Basically, when you submit these codes into Minerva, they tell the website that you want one specific teacher in one specific class at one specific place and at one specific time. Now that you've made some schedules on VSB, it's time to register on Minerva. You go to Minerva, you log in, you click Student menu, then you click the Registration menu. The third option down from the Registration menu will be Quick Add or Drop Course Sections. You click that and then you click your term. So for example, Fall 2014. After selecting your term, you're going to see multiple CRN paste boxes closer to the bottom of the page. Here you just paste every CRN into the box, then you submit the changes. After submitting the changes, you are now registered for courses. You may also drop courses from the same menu.